Hello, welcome back. It has been a while since I have sat here and done any channeling with Mother Mary or otherwise for YouTube, and I apologize if you started watching this channel and were watching any of these recordings. I'm sorry that I went MIA for a while. It's been a wild few months. I think the last time I posted it was actually October. And since then, a lot has changed. And I know that things are really speeding up for the collective, and there's a lot going on right now. So if you're one of the people who is just now walking into your own spiritual awakening, welcome. If you're one of the people who's been here since last year and been along for the ride so far, welcome and welcome back. And if you're new to all of this and not quite sure what's going on, then welcome to you as well. So, first of all, I hope everybody's staying safe out there. For those of us that are affected by this winter storm, hopefully this won't be as bad as they are predicting. And I hope everybody stays warm and stays safe. It's been a while for me to post because I've been going through a lot of my own challenges and changes. And as I've moved through those, I felt like there wasn't much that I had to say that wasn't being said out there by so many other people. And I just didn't want to be bringing noise into the collective. So that's really why I've been kind of quiet. And honestly, I've let my ego kind of get in the way of a lot of that and gotten caught up in the, I don't have a message that needs to be heard. I don't have anything different. So why should I be out here doing this? This isn't something that anybody needs. And what I came to just recently is that they being my team, my guides, have made it very clear that there are those of us that are here to bring forward messages as channels for others who are walking into this journey. And that is because we are coded in such a way, our frequency is coded in such a way that it will affect others. So if you're one of those, you might notice that no matter what it is that I'm talking about, you feel like you resonate. There's something about what I have to say that sounds like truth to you. And when I say that, it's because I've experienced the same. At the beginning of my spiritual awakening journey, I certainly had some people that I watched on YouTube that I found that I resonated with. There were others that I found that I could not handle even their voice, let alone what it was that they were saying. There was something there that was a mismatch. I now understand that to be frequency. So if you're finding that my voice resonates with you, there is a reason. So if that is you, I recommend that you put this on your playlist so that you can see when a new message comes forward. And that's not because I'm interested in how many views I can get or any of that nonsense. I'm really not in the social media game for that aspect of it. I'm not trying to chase views or follows or any of that type of stuff. What I am interested in doing is bringing forward the voices that I am channeling because I'm being asked to do so. I'm being told that that's part of my contract here on the planet. And I'm finally at a place in my own journey that my ego can step aside enough to recognize that as truth and allow it to happen without trying to control it. So some of you may be able to relate. I am a typical type A personality. I was in the corporate world for quite a long time, 27-year insurance career of all things. And I walked away from that in 2023 after my spiritual awakening started in earnest. And since 23, I've had a really hard time with this entire journey. There's always that voice in the back of my head that's saying, are you nuts? Have you lost your damn mind? Like, what do you think is happening here? And that's been the thing that I've struggled with the most, is getting past that voice and understanding that whatever it is that's going on here, I don't need to truly understand. I just need to do what feels to be in alignment with my soul. So that's why I'm back. The other interesting thing that's happened is that I'm no longer channeling Mother Mary, I believe, for these sessions. I believe this is going to be what comes to me as Jonah. Jonah, in my understanding, what I've been told is it's a compendium of angelic frequencies, and that is what is now coming through and saying that I need to share it here on YouTube for those of you who need to listen. So if you're along for that journey, along for the ride, then welcome here. And if you have any questions about any of this or about the spiritual awakening process, or anything else, let me know. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to try to help. I just want to share a bit of my journey and do what it is that I'm being asked to do, called to do. Today has been almost overwhelming. I intended to do this morning, and then the day got away from me. I had some things that had to get done on a timeline, and because of that, I couldn't get to it. And I just feel this pressure in my throat. So I went into meditation myself to ask my guides what that's about. And it was very clear that it is about the need to share the information that I'm being asked to share, and to do that without gatekeeping. So that's what I'm going to do. So hopefully this message will resonate with those of you that are intended to hear it. Welcome to the channel if you're new. And like I said earlier, I hope everybody stays safe out there and stays warm. So a little bit about my process. I will just close my eyes for a moment. It's gotten pretty easy for me to connect these days, but this is a new group that I am channeling, so it takes a little bit longer sometimes. So if that happens, that's what I'm doing is connecting. And then when I come back, I will not typically remember the majority of what is discussed. It is not usually something that is in the forefront of my active brain, my thinking brain. So for that reason, I will take some time to get this on YouTube, get it published, and then I will put a snippet of whatever it is that comes through onto social media so that people can find the channel that way. So if you choose to watch on social media, it is just a small snippet of what is actually here on YouTube. The full channeling will be here on YouTube. So I hope this brings you all whatever it is that you need in assisting you on your journey. And if you have any questions about any of it, feel free to let me know, post it here, and I will respond as quickly as possible. All right, we'll get going here. Thank you so much. This is Jonah. We welcome those of you who are here to hear us for the first time on this channel, and we allow that, though this may be different for some of you, if you are not someone who has listened previously to a channeler, if you are not knowing this individual here, or if you are not knowing this process, this is one in which an individual has allowed us here in the unseen realm to be able to use their voice, their body, and to speak through them to you. There are, as this one has explained, a certain measure of frequencies that are inherent to each individual. And if you are here hearing us for the first time, it could be because you are one who is intended to hear us here. If that is the truth, you will recognize a certain cadence and a recognition of this one's voice that feels soothing. This is the recognition or resonance that she was discussing. And this is something that allows you to understand that this is the individual that is here for you to begin your awakening process. There are many who are currently walking into this new awakening. And if this is what you are now encountering, we welcome you. This is not a scary process, though there is a lot of misinformation that is about. And for that reason, we are here to share with you the truth. We will share what it is that we know and understand to be valid and correct. And you then have every opportunity to determine what it is that you feel is correct. For you see, the spiritual awakening process is not one of guru worship. There is honestly no reason for you to follow anyone. You can do any of this on your own. This is the process of awakening that is allowing the birth of a new human race. The human race is becoming a higher frequency race. It is allowing you to access certain parts of your DNA and your brain that have not been accessed previously. And just as with any other species, when it evolves, this can cause some measure of difficulty. This is what you've been feeling recently. If you are dealing with things such as headaches or hot and cold temperature changes or irritability for absolutely no reason, if you have been dealing with physical maladies, pains that seem to move throughout your body at any given moment, heart palpitations or trembling, anxiety, depression, these are all things that can be caused by your evolution as a species. These things are transient, And we do recognize that sometimes they can be scary. It is always good for you to check with a physician if you feel there is something that is not in alignment in your body and you feel fear. That is always an option. However, we will share with you many different things that can be caused by your ascension and allow for you to understand that some of this is not as scary as it seems. You have, as a species, been taught many things that are not truly correct about your human body. One of those things is that the human body is an electrical machine. The ability for the human body to maintain its frequency and then to evolve into a higher frequency is part of what you are experiencing now. For that reason, there are changes that happen in your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies, and that is some of what is happening. Now, as you move forward through this process over a period of weeks, months, and yes, years, it will be something that becomes easier and easier for you to understand and for you to move through. Our intention here is to only bring you that information that you can and will assimilate at the time that you hear it. These are timeless readings. If you feel you missed something or need to go back or catch another day or find later in your week, your month, whatever it is, feel free to access the information whenever it comes available to you. One of the things that we wish for you to understand is that we in the unseen realm can communicate with you and do through your social media, through your different electronic medias. This is something that you can use to request guidance when necessary. This one here did use this as a means of communication early in her journey when she was afraid or not sure what was happening with her and her body. She would simply ask, "Show me what it is that I need to hear today." And then she would look to YouTube. For her was her main channel, and she would find a video that spoke to whatever it was that was going on for her that day. We put this here just for you to understand that there is guidance available for you. This guidance will change throughout your journey. There are some that you will hear now that do not resonate with you, that you find that the information that they have available is not what is necessary for you, and it does not appear to mesh or match. It doesn't feel good. If that is the case, then move on, find another. There are many who are doing exactly as this one is now. And this is because this is what they are contracted to do here on the planet now. They have moved through their awakening process and they are now ready and available to help those of you who are new to your awakening. If this is you, we welcome you and we advise that there is so much more to come. This is an interesting and fun time to be alive on planet Earth, and we encourage you all to seek the information necessary to make this as easy as possible for yourselves. There is much happening right now that is actually being driven to drive fear in the collective consciousness of the human beings. This is not something that we wish you to pay attention to, whether it is about storms or outages of power, whether it is about war or famine. These are all things that are being brought out of the collective so that they can drive fear in all of you. This fear is intended to stop your awakening process. If you can be manipulated into being focused on fear, you will not be in the right vibration and frequency to substantiate your own awakening process. That is why these things are happening now. There are some that call this a frequency war, and that is exactly what it is. This war that is ongoing right now does not need your attention. It is for you to understand that this is all a play. Do not allow these things to capture your attention, for unless they are directly affecting you and your circumstances, there is nothing you can do. And by having fear about these instances, it is only driving your frequency lower. We will discuss this in future transmissions in much more detail, as this is the one thing that is very important for you to understand. Your job here now, as a member of the awakening community, is to recognize and understand your role in this process. You each have a role, you see, and you will understand your particular role as you move forward. So we would ask that you focus on yourself. Focus on what it is that you can do in each day to maintain a positive attitude as much as possible, to enjoy time with your loved ones, to learn, if you wish, about this process and to understand what it is that is happening, if that allows you to move without fear. If it does not, then focus on the things that allow you joy. That brings your frequency higher. Focus on the things that you know that you enjoy in a day, whether it is dance or music or coloring, painting, any of the things that you may enjoy. Meeting with a friend, taking a dog for a walk, enjoying a walk in nature. Any of these things, depending on the individual, can bring joy. And we allow and ask that you move forward in as much joy as you can until we come with the next transmission, so that you may understand the next piece that we wish to bring you. For now, this is all, and we understand that if you are new to the process, this can be very disconcerting. Do not allow this to worry you in any way. Walking into your awakening process does not mean that you need to walk away from your job, your family, your friends, or anything else in your life. You can and will, many of you, move through this process with ease and grace and find that you are, once and again, in alignment with who you are here to be. This does not have to be a difficult process, and you do not need to employ gurus of any sort to help walk you through it. There are many messages being brought to you now to give you the information you need to move forward with ease and grace. We do love all of you, and we are here to help guide you through this process. If you are here to listen to us, we look forward to our next time. That is all. I'm a little fuzzy. They take me a little deeper than the older channelings that I used to do. And I feel like I was moving throughout that entire thing. That'll be interesting as I go back to try and get this on YouTube. I feel like I was rocking, and that's a new thing too, if that's what's happening. But regardless, hopefully, if you're here and you're along for the ride, I hope there's some information there that was meaningful for you. So welcome. Welcome to the journey if you're on it. It's a trip, and every day is a little bit different. And every month that goes by, I just sit here more amazed at what it is that's being brought to me. So good things are ahead. I know that's hard to believe right now with all the craziness and chaos that's happening in the world, but I have an absolute knowing that there is such good coming for all of us, and I'm welcoming you here to the journey. So good to see you. Hope to see you again. Take care. Bye-bye.